With the blessing of BMW, this little town's theft just fizzled out like a bubble, while Anna's heart was lost in a sunset stream. She slowly began to entertain the idea that John was indeed a 19th century duke. As night fell, Anna arrived at the restaurant they had agreed upon. Jack was leading John to a friend's gathering, where his crush Emma was present. But since Jack's conversational skills were lacking, the atmosphere turned awkward, prompting John to quickly save the day by mentioning the amusing stories of the underground exhibition. This sparked Emma's interest, and the cold atmosphere melted away. Walking back home, Jack felt troubled. He had a hunch that John had messed up his plans and turned the party into a Louvre adventure. In the end, he surprisingly failed to obtain his goddess contact information, and it was as if Jack suddenly woke up from a dream. Realizing how foolish he had been, he happened to notice John's crush on his sister during the conversation, and immediately became his biggest cheerleader for a Louvre adventure. Jack immediately encouraged John, "Let's head to the restaurant where Anna is." But unfortunately, Anna's mood was as gloomy as her boss' attitude. As the dinner drew to a close, her boss hadn't even brought up promotions or raises, but instead laid it on thick with unwelcome advances. This annoyed Anna, but out of politeness, she didn't want to make things awkward. Just then, Jack and John arrived, and the boss, out of courtesy, invited them. Meanwhile, the boss bragged about just buying an 18th century apartment, and John slowly realized he was describing his own home. So he bluntly pointed out that the apartment was actually built in the late 19th century. To ease the awkwardness, the boss hastily changed the subject. "What if you were sweet on the moon?" he asked, but John's sharp and calm tone left the boss speechless. John outright exposed the boss' act of using plants as a pretext to pursue his subordinates, which made the atmosphere at the scene even more awkward. He boldly declared it was an utterly immoral act. With that, John stormed off from the table. The atmosphere at the table froze instantly, with Anna's face betraying her disappointment, and the dinner ended on an unhappy note. Anna knew her career may take a hit from this, and John realized he had gone too far, filled with regret and remorse. To apologize to Anna, he quickly grabbed a feather and spent the night writing her a letter. Without thinking, he poured out his hidden apologies, with every word reflecting his sincerity and remorse towards Anna. Next morning, Jack stealthily placed the letter on the dining table, which became Anna's unexpected breakfast. But Anna had no appetite and just wanted to rush to work, so Jack followed her, using the excuse of delivering fruit to slip the letter into her. When she arrived at the office for the morning meeting, she accidentally spotted the apology letter wedged in her bag, piquing her curiosity. "Last night, I was completely lost, partly due to the drinks, partly due to your beauty, and partly due to my wild respect for you. I sincerely apologize. Tonight at 8, I've got a private dinner laid out for you in my bed." Anna's heart skipped a beat, her rhythm all off. Just as she was about to clock out, she stumbled upon the response letter that her subordinate had prepared for her. "What is this?" she wondered. "You go ahead. I'm still not decided on how to respond. You haven't decided whether to have dinner in bed. He thinks he's from 1876. No, I'll appreciate him," Kate said, "but I don't know how this guy managed to impress you. But this just might be the best apology letter in human history. Go ahead and sign." At 4:30, we sent a letter, yet John received her reply at home. John then made a call, though he was still rambling. Seeing the draft he had prepared eased his mind. "You are aware that you truly, I have a liking for you, Breeze. What time exactly is it?" 7? 7 works. Okay, goodbye. Success. As the music started playing, they danced gracefully, weaving romantic steps into the soft night. Thus the two spent a warm and romantic night together. In the morning, John prepared a delicious breakfast with care. His thoughtful care left Anna pleasantly surprised, and they embarked on a sweet date after that. Suddenly, John spotted a familiar building. It was his 19th century residence, the walls decorated with portraits of his parents and himself. Then he walked to a corner and opened a hidden compartment known only to him. From it, he took out a metal box containing cherished keepsakes, including his mother's wedding ring, all glowing softly in the sunset. They then headed to the Brooklyn Bridge, where Anne opened her heart and shared her love for the land while gazing at the distant structure. She also inquired of John whether he missed his hometown, questioning if he felt the same way as he did today. Yes, they nestled against each other under the neon lights, the night gentle, the stars faint. John's fingers hesitated, rubbing the ring in his pocket, but after much thought, he chose silence. As the rift in time reopened, he realized he had to leave, not wanting the promise of that moment to become a future regret, despite their encounter feeling like a fair. If you like this video, please remember to like it and subscribe to our channel.